All right, what's good, YouTube? I just recorded this video, but I was kind of high-key geeked up. Yeah, I was just yapping. So I have this chart for you guys. I want you to read everything I'm saying, okay? And pause and actually like read and decipher it. But I'm gonna kind of just go through it shortly in my own words, right? But um, today I'm talking about dopamine and cortisol, the two things I've really been concerned about, like in my own life, that it's helped me so much understanding and learning how to control both of these, because they're both body, minds type chemical like hormonal things. So it's all changeables in your life, and I'm telling you guys, if you put what I'm saying right here into your own life and your perspective of how you see these things, you will naturally just be more successful going forward because you're using your body to its best ability, okay? So, dopamine and cortisol explained, all right? The question I want you guys to ask yourself is, why should I learn to control my dopamine and my cortisol, okay? If you don't acknowledge these, they're going to secretly just kill your discipline, your focus, and your decisions, okay? Most people think they lack discipline, right? But the real issue could actually be the overstimulation and the chronic stress that they give themselves through uncontrol and their cortisol and their dopamine, not being able to control it. So, dopamine is the chemical in your brain that produces motivation, and it's like a pleasure reward system. Okay, so like every time you do something and you get the reward of like what you're doing it for, um it just like kind of like a trigger, a chemical thing goes off in your brain. So it's a baseline system, so the dopamine either rises and gets spiked up and is always spiked up at this flat range here, or it's always at this lower range just from doing like normal task, right? So like really bad type of dopamine is like what's it called, junk food. When you eat the junk food, it like tastes good, so you want to eat more. Or um yeah, I got some charts right here. Or oh yeah, doom scrolling. Yeah, that's a big one. You know, when you're scrolling and you get the reward of watching the whole reel, and then you get to go to the next one. So there's good and bad dopamine. We'll get to that later. But this is what actually makes people unmotivated and makes them lose discipline. Okay, so what matters is not eliminating your dopamine, but controlling how you earn it. Okay, because when you do that and you control it and don't allow it to overtake you, then you can actually use it as a weapon, right? Cortisol, same type of thing, but it's the body's primary stress hormone. Okay, so it wakes you up sometimes and sharpens focus and prepares you to respond in some scenarios. But if you let it elevate for too long, or you let it stay high for too long, it starts working against you, right? So you're trying to go forward, but the cortisol is actually pushing you backwards because it's so high and like you're stressing out, right? So when you stress a lot, it leads to mental fatigue, emotional instability, poor decision making, and physical effects like poor recovery and hormonal imbalance, okay? All these things happen when you start to stress too much. So anytime you're stressing, you need to realize that your decision making is going to get worse, and your emotional instability and mental fatigue like brain fog and all that's going to just like dwell up inside you, okay? So it's important to have low cortisol, but it's okay to have a little bit to lock you in, but it's not okay to have a lot and stress you out, right? So understanding stress and cortisol and then dopamine are so key. I kind of already deleted the photos over here, but because I did this video like literally just now, but I was yapping too much. Um, the low versus high cortisol, I was just saying with the high cortisol, you're gonna get brain fog, mental stability, and all this can be fixed through just cutting out the things that like really stress you out that you can, and getting good sleep. Okay, so good sleep actually negates this bad cortisol effect. Dopamine, you want to avoid junk food, doom scrolling. Dopamine, you want to learn is learning and doing hard things, and going to the gym, getting sunlight. You know, when you get sunlight, you just feel good, right? That good soft sun on your skin, right? Um, or when you work out and you get that good little pump, or you learned something hard like the piano, learning how to draw or do something interesting like that. All those things are just gonna keep your baseline dopamine lower, so you can do harder tasks when needed, just like that. Okay, so add both these into your real life and your career and things like that. It's gonna help. Just how with trading, I make bad decisions when I'm high stressed. I don't do that when I'm low stress, right? So I hope that helped you guys. Start incorporating these terms and understanding these terms in your own life, and I promise your life will change. Okay, because I've literally seen the difference in my life since I've started implementing these concepts into my brain. So we're so close to 1,000, guys. Just leave a like on the video. I actually like notice it, okay? Unlike some other people, so it means a lot, right? Leave a comment if you want to know more or understand. Join my Discord, my trading Discord, in the link below. And yeah, guys, let's conquer the day. Peace.